Entrepreneurs need clarity, guidance, and strategy. Welcome to 7 Mega Growth Strategies 2026.
Tuan-tuan dan berikan tepukan untuk pelancaran 7 Mega Growth Strategy.
Team navigating business growth in times of global uncertainty. I thank you for the invitation, and it's indeed my pleasure to be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you had told me 5 years ago that a pandemic would open our supply chain, our geopolitical shifts would redraw trade maps, and that climate events would suddenly interrupt production lines all at once, many of us would have called that a gross oversight. Yet today, here we are. Volatility has become the operating environment, not the exception. 5 years ago,
your business without you realizing. Okay. Apa maksud tajuk ni? This is when setiap perniagaan tu last kena cari lawyer. Okay? Kena cari lawyer, kena bayar lawyer, dan kena cari kos untuk nak bayar lawyer. Okay. You have to understand how law works. Dalam setiap business tu mesti disaman atau mesti menyaman. Tak boleh lari dalam lurah perniagaan di mana-mana dan bisnes dalam siaran, dalam dia punya pelayaran dia smooth sailing. Tak ada. Okay. So everyone must gear up dalam dari segi undang-undang dia. So saya nak kasih 7 contoh how you avoid appointing a lawyer, or you make sure that when you appoint a lawyer, you don't make so much losses. Alright? First, parties to a deal. Now, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, saya dah dalam pengalaman menjadi seorang peguam dah 22 tahun. Okay? Kenapa dalam satu kontrak tu ada kemungkinan there are parties that breach the contract? Why? Okay? Dia punya ending dia, rumusan dia ialah ada yang act of God yang memang tak boleh dielakkan. Memang tak boleh elak. Ada act of God. Dan ada yang kedua dia, memang ada kesalahan satu pihak. Itu rumusan dia. Okay? So yang mereka yang buat kesalahan tu, macam mana nak settle? So dalam undang-undang tu, ada orang memang tak nak settle pun. Memang niat dia ialah untuk menipu. So if you enter into any transaction, the parties that you deal with nak menipu you dari awal, memang you akan lantik lawyer at the end of the day. Tak boleh lagi. So, penyelesaian dia is know who you deal with. You kena tahu latar belakang orang. Kalau tidak, you masuk dalam satu transaksi that kalau fail, you tak boleh ambil tindakan, duit pun dah habis. Okay, itu pertama. Next. Okay. Map the deal. Selalunya kita dengar ada orang cakap term sheet. Okay, what is this term sheet? Bila dua pihak berbincang, dia akan rumuskan dia punya syarat-syarat dalam satu rumusan dipanggil term sheet. Okay, saya setuju beli RM1. Saya pula kata saya setuju jual RM1.20. So tiap orang akan letak syarat-syarat dia dalam satu nota yang dipanggil term sheet. Okay, term sheet ni pula akan dibincang sampai satu rumusan datang yang mereka setuju, boleh dibuat satu perjanjian. You come to an agreement. Okay, then party sign up. So, apa yang berlaku dalam term sheet ni? Kadang-kadang apa yang berlaku dekat site ataupun in reality dalam bisnes tu tak sama dengan apa dalam agreement. Okay? And people don't know. Sebagai contoh, IT contracts. Yang nak buat software semua into your corporation semua tu. The IT project susunan nak buat software from A to Z dengan apa yang jadi betul on the ground berbeza selalunya lah. Okay? Because it's very technical. So bila berlaku apa-apa kemungkinan from any party, dia akan jadi satu area kelabu. Bila kelabu, projek tak boleh jalan, and then orang kontraktor pun tak dapat payment. So jadi projek akan stuck. So you have to make the deal according to the business in the agreement. Supaya kalau ada kemungkinan, you can cut off any part and move on with another contractor or solve the problem immediately. So that mapping tu kena ada. Next. Ni selalu orang tak bincang. The worst case scenario. Kalau most contracts, dia akan tulis, kalau ada kemungkinan, dinong, masuk mahkamah. Dinong pergi arbitration. Kalau you nak go into arbitration ataupun you nak go to court untuk selesaikan satu masalah, your project dah terkendala dah. Because going to court is only 6 months you dah sangkut for no reason in court. 6 months for no reason. Belum lagi lawan betul. So, you already have to figure out dalam your contracts ni how to solve a problem immediately so that the project can still go on kalau walaupun ada dispute. Okay? So the worst case scenario tu you can already map out and that must be in your contract. Okay, next. Okay. Ready legal advice. Saya selalu lihat diri saya ni sebagai doktor, mental doctor. Okay, kerja kita ni sebagai lawyer, solve problems. Okay. You know, doctors satu kali operate RM50,000, RM60,000. Okay, lawyers also sometimes charges $60,000, $70,000. Because bila kita cakap tu, it solves a mental problem yang you all tak boleh solve dalam kepala. And that solving of that problem will lead you to make more money than the money that you spend on the lawyers. Itu dia punya economics lah. Kalau you spend on the lawyers and the gain is less, then no point appointing a lawyer. You have to pay a lawyer certain amount so that you make more money from the using of the lawyer to win your case and so forth. Okay? Now, bila you nak cari doktor, you tak cari satu doktor. Okay? Kalau you nak cabut gigi, satu doktor kata cabut. Satu lagi doktor kata boleh tampal. Satu lagi doktor kata boleh denture. Now, all the different doctors ni can be right, can be wrong. Sama macam lawyer. everyone can come in different perspective, will tell you your case is strong, weak, medium, 50-50. You cannot get one legal advice saja. Itulah maksud saya. Right? You have to go out and find out 3 legal advice, and from there you boleh tengok persamaan, perspektif, and strategize how it works for you. Because there's no right and wrong. Dia in court ni, siapa goreng kena. You all faham? Siapa goreng kena. Okay? And that goreng kena is not only the argument, it's also the counsel, the judges that listen to the cases. So that one I'll come in later. So you must have ready legal advice yang you can call up and get them to advise. Selalunya this is a delay. I tengok for corporations dia nak buka tender, request for tender or something like that. Is a long process for that bureaucracy. Padahal the legal advice should be, I want it now. In 3 days time you already get the legal advice in 3 tu. What is worrying most is that how much do I pay for this legal advice? Alright, you have to work it out. The legal advice price is about 5,000 to 10,000. Cap it with your legal advisors so you can get it fast. Alright, but ready legal advice need is a must that you have. Okay, next, legal costs. This is something everyone is afraid also. The legal costs you can always ask already upfront. Selalunya orang dah minta advice, tiba-tiba legal cost tu datang 200,000, 300,000. This is something that everyone has to ask in advance from the lawyer, supaya you already know your exposure and whether you can go on with this lawyer, whether this is lawyer worth it or not. So the legal cost issue ni selalunya delay lama, and lalas tak ambil pun lawyer. So this is a lot of waste looking for lawyers which is not within your budget. Yeah. Okay, evidence. Now, ramai orang ingat when you go to court, evidence fakta ni ialah satu benda yang objektif. Maksud saya, bila kita masuk mahkamah, kita tengok skrin ni warna biru. Okay? Now, maybe separuh kata warna biru, lagi separuh kata warna hijau. Dari segi evidence in court ni, dia bukan apa kebenaran sebenar. Apa yang kita boleh buktikan adalah benar. Alright? So kalau 90% of you say this is green, this is not blue, it will be green. I hope you all understand maksud saya. Undang-undang bukti is not the truth. Is how many people say it is the truth. Faham? So kalau semua orang kata benda ni warna merah lah, easier lah. 90% say this is red. The 10% who say is blue is wrong. It's red. Itu evidence. Okay? So, evidence ni ada dua. Satu, documents. Okay, one thing lah. In corporations, you got people coming and going. Now, your evidence document ni tak boleh cakap sendiri dia masuk mahkamah. You need someone to explain the contents of that document. And usually that person either is still in your service or has gone out or is already burnt bridges with you when they left. This kind of scenario jadi selalu. So kalau you don't have the people to adduce your evidence, even a strong case becomes a weak case or a 50-50 case. So preserving your evidence, your people that know the evidence is very important. Okay. Okay. Odds in winning. Semua orang suka tanya, kes ni boleh menang ke tak? Alright kan? I promise you, semua kes boleh menang. 100%. And semua kes boleh kalah. 100%. Right? Why? If dia macam ni, setiap kes tu, kalau you kata kes ni boleh menang, I've seen cases yang kalah, menang. Alright? Menang, kalah. Okay? And that is throughout. The odds of winning and losing, kalau kita congak sebagai purata, is 50-50. Any case. Kenapa? Sometimes saksi hilang. Sometimes hakim lebih kesian kepada pujahan satu lagi pihak. And when you go to a certain level of appeals, you have appeals bukan ke atas satu orang, you got 3 judges. You got 5 judges. 5 different people looking at it differently. So, perubahan perspektif tu dari satu mahkamah ke satu mahkamah lain make your odds become 50-50 at the end of the day. Okay. Katalah you tahu at the end of the day you punya odds 50-50. Adakah you akan labur untuk lawan kes tu sekarang with an odds of 50-50? So semua ni you all have to congak whether it's cost effective for that 50-50 punya odds. Okay? So, akhir sekali ya. Actually I'm coming to my end already. Pada 5 minutes. Okay. A good business person is not a person who wins cases in court. A good business person is a person who plans well enough that he doesn't need to go to court. Okay? So all these solutions that we are looking at, it has to be settled before the lawyers come in, so you can avoid actually appointing lawyers. Alright, inshallah, I hope this short sharing.
Ignite change. Meet a luminary whose fascinating journey has left an indelible mark. His influence spans industries and his leadership has transformed enterprises. He's not just a corporate figure, he's a force for sustainable social change. Professor Adjunct Haji Adam Richman, a visionary leader and catalyst for change. Meet Professor Adjunct Haji Adam Richman, an electrifying entrepreneur and visionary corporate leader with 9 years of experience. He's celebrated as the top business strategist among the top 100 Malaysian influential young entrepreneurs and a certified strategist for business sustainability by Harvard University. Professor Adjunct Haji Adam Richman's influence is far-reaching. Leading KNKV Group, he orchestrates multi-million-dollar deals and is sought after by over 200 enterprises and government bodies. Recognized as an influential corporate figure, he shares expertise at prestigious conferences and drives sustainable social change through charitable contributions. Professor Adjunct Haji Adam Richman redefines Islamic creativity, inspiring excellence while staying rooted in Islamic values. Beyond leadership, he's the creator behind the power of majority theory and a renowned marketing strategist, integrating values into campaigns for a positive digital community. To address digital challenges, he launched the Digital Community Sustainability Initiative, which included 4 major initiatives announced in the presence of the Minister of Communications and Digital Malaysia to sustain the digital media landscape in a healthier and more pragmatic direction. Professor Adjunct Haji Adam Richman's esteemed leadership and proven expertise are being sought to elevate the Islamic economy to unprecedented heights. As chairman of the Muslim Insiders Chamber of Commerce, he is spearheading a transformative initiative to revitalize the Ummah's economic landscape, both within Malaysia and across the globe. In essence, Professor Adjunct Haji Adam Richman is a trailblazer, a leader and a changemaker, inspiring trends and innovation. Also, a true Malaysian visionary.
Tuan-tuan dan puan berikan tepukan gula untuk Profesor Haji Adam Richman.
Business owners, the major thing for every business owners is your priorities. I've seen in times of uncertainty, dalam keadaan ekonomi tidak mempunyai kepastian, yang paling mencabar adalah menentukan apa yang utama. Priorities is the most important thing. So I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Haji Adam Richmond. Briefly, like how you have seen in the video, I'm the Group CEO of KKB Group. So I have assisted so many brands like Jasmine, Kinohimitsu. Last year, Alhamdulillah, kita dah dapat mencapai dalam masa 2 bulan 28 juta tontonan untuk sebuah campaign khas. In a single campaign dalam masa 2 bulan je 28 juta tontonan untuk beras Jasmine. So Alhamdulillah, KKB Group, that's a little bit about KKB Group. We are actually a video advertising production, and we also do digital marketing, advertising services, and we also do events and trainings, especially. Alhamdulillah. So today saya nak share sedikit berkenaan 7 mega growth strategies 2026. Yang pertama adalah most business don't die, they become invisible. So basically dalam ekonomi hari ini, kita punya ancaman terbesar bukan pesaing kita, tetapi kekerapan kita muncul. Sebab saya ada seorang sahabat yang dia ada kedai di seluruh negara. And he said, my business is slow. So dia kata mungkin saya kena tambah baik kualiti, saya kena tambah baik pengalaman dalam kedai. Maknanya dalam kedai dia kena ada music yang lagi sedap supaya orang rasa seronok nak membeli di kedai dia dan sebagainya. I said, why not you start spending in advertisement? Sebab nak tukar music dekat kedai is not going to make people come. You need to start making videos, talk about yourself. And I think video is the number 1 channel for you to attract customers today. Do you agree? Yes. So if you ask me today, honestly, if you don't have good videos to talk about your brand, you cannot be in the forefront. So nak dijadikan cerita, I told him do an advertisement. Dia ada cawangan seluruh Malaysia tu. But bila buat iklan, ramai yang komen, oh kau masih ada lagi. So kat situ yang jadi challenge. So most business don't die because of your competitors. It's just that you are invisible. You gaib pada mata pengguna. So am I too loud or is it okay? Yeah, good, yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah. So basically, last time kalau kita nak beli satu barang Pomira, it was so easy. Kita tengok barang tu, kita terus beli. Kenapa? Sebab kita tak banyak pilihan macam mana kita ada sekarang. Last time we didn't have much choices. We see that if it's good, we buy. So kadang kita akan takut kalau aku tak beli sekarang, nanti later aku nak beli terlepas pula offer ni. Sekarang mindset tu dah tak ada dah. Offer ni best. Adalah nanti offer lagi best. People are confident with the next great offer. So what I'm trying to say here is, dulu orang terus beli. People know us, they interested, they buy. Then and then, keputusan tu cepat. Sekarang ni keputusan tu lambat. Sebab there's too many options. So in today's world, there's 7 stages of customer relationship. Kalau tengok yang pertama, no. Saya just nak tanya, can everyone look at this slide? Awak di peringkat mana? Ada orang yang dia mula dekat nak bagi orang tahu semula pasal bisnes ni. Mungkin bisnes dia dah dilupakan, so dia kena patah balik dekat sini untuk orang tahu pasal dia. Right? Keduanya adalah orang berminat. Orang dah tahu, second orang kena minat. Ketiga, selepas orang dah mula minat, orang mula beli. Alright, untuk kita buat strategi pasal nak bagi orang tahu kita dan orang minat kita, there's a different segment on content strategy style. Kalau kita beli ni, dekat beli ni pun dia ada different style of content. So kalau kita tengok separuh ni, kalau tengok saya letak line kat tengah ni, untuk bagi orang tahu, minat dan beli kita, dia sangat mudah. Tapi yang paling mencabar adalah nak kekalkan kekayaan. Nak kaya senang. You agree? Yes. Nak kaya senang. Tak percaya tengok Chef Farid sampai sekarang ni dia tengah transfer orang. Okay. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is, to be rich is super easy, but to retain the rich is challenging. So kat separuh ni kalau tengok, customer repeat, customer kongsi, customer setia, and then kita ada generational customer. Maknanya bapak dia beli dengan dia, lepas tu bapak dia dah meninggal, cucu dia pun beli dengan dia. Generational customer. That is the end game we want to achieve. Please carry your hand if that is what you want to achieve. Generational, yes. So if you ask me, tuan, yang pertama ni nak jadi kaya mudah, nak kekal kaya tu mencabar. Agree? So kat 3 stage ni I will share with you a little bit. Pertamanya, kalau kita nak bagi orang tahu pasal kita, orang nak tahu pasal kita, sekarang ni kita ada terlalu banyak kompetitor yang sangat menarik. Offers dia sangat power. Kalau kita nak ikut dia, kita punya standard jatuh. Kita dah lama dalam market. Betul tak? Tuan Zul, ayah, kita ada di sini Tuan Zul baru, dia punya food branding punya boss. Siapa pernah dengar kau burger bakar? Kau, tu dia owner dia. Ya, dia dah kurus saya. If you can please give a wave sikit, bayar nanti sikit kan. Wah. Kau burger bakar banyak lagi Tuan Zul. Wah, so I think they are in Singapore and few countries. So congratulations Tuan Zul. So basically, bila you nak buat satu content untuk bagi orang tahu pasal you, dalam dunia sekarang ni, you tak boleh bagi tahu, "Hai, saya Adam." They don't care. There are so many greater Adams. So if you just go and say, "Hi, saya Adam," it's not going to work. So you need to have a problem statement. Problem yang diorang scroll social media. Macam mana dia tahu aku tengah ada problem ni? You must make the same to same connection connected with them. So kat sini kita kena buat video-video, short story, dramas. Drama-drama macam ni is drama yang mana, you see, TV3 making the most money out of dramas. Dramas is the greatest killer. So bila drama ni diorang akan tengok, bila diorang tengok drama ni, diorang tersentuh, diorang emotionally connected with this drama. From there, they get to explore about your brand. Jadi saya tunjuk sikit contoh video drama KNKB Group, Pangang Kasih untuk Nutrifresh. We had 3.2 million views in just 2 weeks, and this is organic, and banyaklah. Please play the video. Thank you. Kuat sikit. Saya suka kuat.
Ya.
Atau apa yang aku dah buat dengan anak aku ni? Kau juga nak kau betul-betul lah. Kita pun tak sampai dah aku tengok anak kau ni. Kau tak cakap punya main.
Aku minta maaf. Masalah
Kau tak payah maaf lah. Kau jaga anak kau betul-betul. Kau ingat tau.
Angah selalu rasa ayah lebih pentingkan orang lain daripada Angah.
Aku datang ke sekolah untuk jadi orang. Kau pukul orang. Sampai sangat.
Hello, nak ikut. Ayah lagi ke? Tanyalah ayah dulu. Nak ikut.
Jangan mengada nak keluar. Sekejap lagi nak pergi gerai dah. Tolong ayah angkat.
Tu. Ayah tak bagi kan? Dah. Ayah pergi dulu
Tu, buat sampah-sampah tu kan. Ikat dia elok. Jangan tersepah macam lagi tu.
Ya. Ayah dah nak mati tadi.
Ya ke? Alhamdulillah. Ni. Halo, nama ayah.
Tak apa lah. Nak tolong tak?
Tak payah sibuk-sibuk. Angah ada di tolong ayah. Ada orang kau nak kerja minat, pergi balik lihat. Ni.
Okey ya. Baik lah.
Apa kau cakap lagi tu? Nak sampah tu. Berkali nak cakap.
Ayah takkan faham.
Nak berniaga ke? Minta telefon ni lah.
Ya. Angah ingat nak tambah resipi air badan kita lah ya. Okey.
Dah tak payah berniaga, tukar resipi. Ini pun dah cukup-cukup makan ni.
Tak apalah ya. Ayah cek tengok.
Dah bacuk saya tu.
Tapi Angah tak pernah putus asa.
Ya ya. Dengar ya.
Angah tahu ini peluang untuk buktikan ke ayah.
Apa dah? Kau buat apa ni? Ya, bila sampai? Angah dah cuba resipi baru ni. Angah rasa macam
Bagus, minggu aku tinggal kau macam-macam kau buat ni
apa yang kau bazir? Ayah macam mana tak apa? Angah cuma nak tambah pendapatan.
Nak tambah dah pendapatan apa lagi? Kayak macam mana kau nak? Itu jual air barang. Ni duit-duit ni semua duit niaga ni. Aku membagi bisa masalah aku semua ni kau apa?
Angah cuma nak tolong ya.
Aku tak mau dengar semua ni lagi. Aku balik sekarang. Balik sekarang!
Ya.
Balik! Aku tak nak balik! Balik!
Ada je.
Pakcik, nak berdiri dengan Nadia Remus tu?
Pakcik untuk kedai lah ni.
Tak benar je lagi orang tahu.
Dekat simpang depan tu ada kedai lagi. Pergilah sana.
Anggap tu pakcik ni dalam tambah dari duit.
Angah bergaduh sebab Angah pecahkan pasu maca sebab
Semakin. Kalau dia tu, masalah ini ditinggal di rumah, kacau. Jual air balak. Ya, sebulan 40 je dapat. Astagfirullahaladzim, ya Allah, kacau. Buah juga. Kau tunggu sekejap.
Angah sengaja dapat keputusan teruk sebab tapi siapa nak jaga ayah?
Buat semua ni.
Tu ayah.
Ayah tak pernah minta.
Angah tahu selama ni ayah ajar Angah jadi kuat. Bapa tak pernah percaya. Satu hari nanti saya akan buka kedai sahabat kita.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So untuk bagi orang kenal brand kita, orang kena faham perjuangan kita. Kisah sedih ni tadi, kita just nak ceritakan impian seorang anak untuk kembangkan bisnes anak bapaknya dan untuk teruskan generasi bisnes bapaknya dengan cara moden. Dan this is how kita encourage and motivate audience daripada business owner tu. This is perjuangan business owner tu. And then untuk beras jasmine pula, macam mana kita dapat 28 juta tontonan dalam masa 2 bulan? Sebab kita orang bagi tahu dia you need to have satu perjuangan baru. Perjuangan dia adalah you kena berjuang untuk pastikan anak-anak dekat universiti hari ni yang banyak makan makanan Korea, Jepun dan makan makanan luar negara. Esok bila dia habis universiti, dia masuk dapur, makanan-makanan asli orang kita, makanan ruji nasi kita ni, adakah akan bilang sebab anak ni bila dia dah ambil alih dapur, they decide what food will be served on the table. So saya bagi tahu beras jasmine, jom kita perjuangkan supaya kita influence people supaya tetap makanlah makanan-makanan cacik kodok, nasi, makanan warisan asli Malaysia. So itu satu perjuangan. So what is your purpose? Can you ask your friend, business owners pula, what is your business purpose? Oh, ada semua segar-segar. Sorry. So basically the idea adalah we want people to know us for our purpose, how we touch people's heart. So besides getting known adalah kita need to get people interested. And when we want to get people interested, this is how kita explain. What is our product? So ramai orang kenal Bonzainal, tapi apa Bonzainal sebenarnya offer? What is the functions of the business? So this is where you need to maintain people's interest by making them understand you, not knowing just your brand, tapi what you are. So people buy. Dekat sini yang kita kena guna user generated content. So user generated content, live selling videos, like baru-baru ni. Just for everyone to know, we have TikTok's largest performing seller in TikTok. I said top 5 ke top 10 no? Top 5 top 10 selling performer in TikTok, which is Raja Perfume, the founder, along from Kelantan. Raja Perfume, I think they easily make more than 3 to 5 million a month. Ada? Yeah, yes, they are very huge and their sales is only from TikTok live. Boleh follow Raja Perfume dekat Kelantan, they are the king. So lo boleh berdiri sikit, lampai hati sikit lo. So like example, siapa-siapa yang nak masuk market Pantai Timur boleh collaborate dengan lo Raja Perfume. And Raja Perfume kena leverage lah kalau apa offer you boleh bagi. So this is one idea yang mana kita kena buat live selling, customer review compilation, testimony, offering videos. So this is the basics. People buy, people repeat. Alright, so this is a campaign yang mana ramai orang selalu fikir mindset dia create customer, tapi mindset dia tak fikir ternak customer. Can everyone say ternak customer? I hope you don't mind. Sebab bila when you say it out back to me, you will remember it better. So basically ternak pelanggan. So why you need to retain your customer? It's because kalau you setiap bulan create new customer, your cost will go crazy. Your cost will go crazy. Tapi strategi customer retention ni dia ada banyak strategi. So ini yang kita kena create community. Kalau kita tengok TikTok ni dia sehari dia nak you buat at least 1000 video. Kalau you tengok dekat Kalau Data, macam Long sehari berapa video? Ada dekat 500 video sehari TikTok? 500. Long Raja Perfume makes 500 videos a day in TikTok. And according to Kalau Data, it's a system from TikTok software, Skintific makes 1000 video a day. That is the TikTok game. So when they do a lot of game, TikTok is about quantity. Tapi the same style, kalau you buat dekat Facebook dan Instagram, you come up with 1000 videos, Facebook dan Instagram will flag you as spam. Dia lain pula algoritma dia. So dekat TikTok, kenapa you kena ada banyak video? Sebab di TikTok punya algoritma dia nak you buat social commerce. Facebook, IG dia hanya social media, dia bukan commerce platform. So basically, dekat Facebook dengan IG, this is the place untuk you create community. Like Facebook groups, community groups. Contoh perfume apa hari ni? Cik, satu group Facebook. Kenapa? Sebab ni community perfume players, dia akan duduk kat group tu. And then kat situlah you turn up zero cost marketing, pelanggan. Yeah? So this is one idea of people repeat. You need to gather this community. Don't keep on buying your customers. Earn your customers. So create a community and always share with them updates. Bila ada problem, sebelum customer bagi tahu problem produk kita, kita bagi tahu dulu, sorry we got problem. So they'll be, oh, you know, again, so that's why it's important for you to have community, because your community is your product ambassador. When you have problem, when you have advantages, apa-apa, they will be sharing the news for you. So this is the next, which is people share. When your customers like your product, they will start becoming your ambassador. They will be promoting you. Sekarang ni, duta paling hebat dalam negara adalah rakyat, masyarakat, pengguna. You pay any kind of ambassador pun, duta produk pun, tak boleh beat 1,000 pengguna yang dia recommend. Customer recommendation is so great. So this is one strategy yang mana you kena create certain challenges to make sure they are used to become your ambassador. You kena train their pattern. Next adalah kita ada campaign. So campaign ni maknanya this is a generational campaign. Okay, bayangkan you ada kedai kopi. You ada kedai kopi. Alright? Dia ada dua jenis marketing kan. Dia ada kedai kopi. Kedai kopi ni untuk you retain customer, untuk jadi setia dengan you bagi membership. Alright? Okay, bayangkan kalau I pergi dekat SMK, Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan, SPM yang dekat, I buat satu seminar. Contoh seminar, kita buat seminar yang unik sikit lah seminar teater. Pernah tengok persembahan teater? Kan? Macam ni seminar orang cakap biasa kan? Ni I mengajar tu dalam bentuk persembahan teater. It's a theatrical seminar. Kat Malaysia belum pernah ada tau. So bayangkan kita buat theatrical seminar dekat semua sekolah menengah kat seluruh Malaysia. Kita orang explain dekat dia pasal teknik belajar cepat untuk SPM. Okay, kenapa kita buat seminar tu? Sebab sebenarnya kita nak bagi dia free giveaway jadi member kopi, kedai kopi kita. Lepas tu kita program student dekat sekolah ni sebab budak sekolah lagi senang terpengaruh. Ya, sekarang sangat. So basically, the idea adalah budak sekolah lagi mudah terpengaruh. So kita program dia to become our members. Habis dia sekolah, where they will be? Universiti. Dia sampai dekat universiti, katakan kedai kopi kita dekat semua universiti, they will be duta kita. So, student ni bila dia dari sekolah, dia dah start kita kat universiti, dia dah jadi duta kita kat universiti, semua student-student lain akan mula support our coffee shop. Kita dah create one big generation for our brand. Maknanya, in the next 5 years, bila dia dah mula bekerja, they are our ambassadors for their particular generation. It's called generational marketing. Sebab big brands, they don't think about this year's forecast. They think about the next 5 years, how much we can predict sales can happen through our customer retention strategy. Agreed? So basically, it's not about creating customer, it's about retaining customer. So to do this kind of campaign, you need to go ground activities. You need to go and create specialized advertising campaigns yang kena ada nama campaign dengan propaganda yang seronok. Supaya people really get influence with what you want to influence about. So campaign idea sangat penting. So there is three types of campaign style. Satu kita jual result, satu kita educate, satu lagi kita bagi dia result, educate. Kadang-kadang dia hilang lagi ke atas stage. Nanti kita WhatsApp. So basically nak create campaign ni, there's three types of campaign. So kita kena create campaign identity, campaign colors, etc. This is the strategy yang mana kita nak fokus satu kumpulan generasi. So this is one idea. So next is loyalty. Loyalty is getting more detailed. You need to go to this group of family yang dah biasa jadi customer you macam Cik Bon, I believe you have families yang rapat dengan, I think for generation memang buat baju dengan Cik Bon. Oh yeah, we got like Binwanis. Oh, I think this is a generational brand. Yeah, siapa yang pernah dengar Binwanis, butik baju Binwanis? Yes, semua takut. Yes, because you're a very dominant brand. So this brother here we have here is not from Russia. He is the owner of Binwanis. Berikan tepukan gemuruh sikit. Yeah. So the boutique Binwanis, also his brother is at the side. I'm already looking at him. Yeah. I forget. Mr. Nabin is also one of the brothers of the Binwanis family. So basically, like Binwanis, Jepon, these are generational brands. Family yang daripada atuk dia, bapa dia, lepas tu anak dia, memang akan buat dekat Binwanis je. Saya jangan derhaka. Saya dah kena patah balik dekat Binwanis because my mom used to bring me to Binwanis. Dan saya kena patah balik. But it's a good reminder you here today. Thank you so much, Mr. Vijay and Mr. Ramin. So basically the idea adalah, at this stage, your brand, orang takkan compare lah. Your quality is there. But the problem is, if you don't consistently bagi tahu your USP, your changes, apa benda baru yang you ada dengan jelas, you expect people to come to you, it cannot work. That's why today's world, dalam this in this uncertain market, kita ada macam kebun bunga yang sangat cantik, ramai-ramai datang terbang dengan sendirinya. Sekarang ni dalam this uncertain market, yes, you need to go and catch the butterflies on your own, satu demi satu. Yes, it's tiring. Because dulu kalau aircon kat rumah rosak, kita call orang aircon. Sekarang ni kalau aircon rosak, customer dia biar je aircon tu. Sebab dia takut duit dia habis. Tapi dia boleh beli sekitar a few thousand ringgit every week. So people don't know how to set their priorities because of this financial panic. So what I want to suggest adalah, this is the time yang you need to approach your customers. You cannot expect that they will be thinking of you and prioritizing you. They don't know what is priorities. Dalam keadaan stres, dia akan letak benda-benda yang tak penting dulu. But actually, apa yang penting? Bila dalam cabaran ni, you kena pentingkan image, baju, you kena pentingkan legal, you kena pentingkan credit reporting checks, exitos, dan sebagainya. Sangat penting. Who here does that decision guna gerak hati? Malaysia 100% kebanyakan dalam 80% usahawan di Malaysia buat keputusan masih ikut gerak hati. Siapa ada guna CITOS punya report sebelum buat keputusan? Tak ramai. Sebab kita masih dalam dunia kuno, masih ikut gerak hati. Aku rasa dia ni bagus. Bahaya. So that's why we have CITOS. Please give a big hand of applause for Mr. Shimei, the CEO of CITOS. CITOS has beautifully created this platform supaya kita tak percaya gerak hati. Yes. So that is the idea. So this is why people loyalty is very important. So basically, your generational saya dah cerita awal. Alright. So this is example of a generational product. So in summary, where are you actually? You are at level mana? Adakah you kena patah balik, kena tahu you kat mana, supaya you kena kenalkan balik ke produk you dekat customer? Mungkin customer kenal nama you tapi tak tahu dah apa benda baru you buat. So you mungkin kena patah balik dekat you know. Ataupun customer dah tak interested, mungkin you kena buat something more interesting by repeat, share, loyal, generational. So this is something that you can use as a benchmark untuk you muhasabah. Where is your brand now? So where are you in your video journey? So no, interested by repeat, share, loyal, generation. So basically, what I want to suggest here today is I'm giving out free talk show dekat Bernama TV. Cik Riza Rashid, you don't mind, please stand up. Yeah, standing in here is the gentleman, which is our host for rancangan 2cc, Sisi Niaga. And Cik Mio, ada video 2cc lah? Yeah, please prepare video 2cc. Okay. So Cik Riza Rashid is an international communication speaker. I think he's spoken around the world. He's fly a lot, alhamdulillah. And if you look at his charisma, it's a different level of aura. So the way he talks is mind-blowing. So we have this TV show called Dua Sisi Bernama TV, and the main anchor is Yang Berhormat Datuk Sri Dr. Zuraina Musa herself. Yeah, so basically this Dua Sisi punya TV show ni, this Dua Sisi punya TV show ni is a TV show yang mana I want to give up for free today. What I want to suggest adalah this TV show ni dah ada dah? Oh, 1 minute. So basically I like to do some last minute shocks to my team. So tu biasa, so tu boleh tak muruh kepada my team? Boleh je boy. Alright. So I will show you a little bit about Dua Sisi and its power, please. Tu dia ada Zuraina. Kita ada sisi depan. Kita is Pepsi CEO. Datuk Zuraina baru je interview baru-baru ni Dua Sisi, Datuk Sri Dr. Ashraf Wajdi Dusuki, Tan Sri Wahid Omar. So it's a business TV show yang sangat dipercayai orang. And Alhamdulillah in Bernama, our viewership has surpassed all the other TV shows. Alhamdulillah. And we've got good social media presence in social media. So besides Datuk Sri's corporate show, corporate session, kita ada entrepreneur session yang mana corporate session ni adanya tokoh-tokoh corporate lah, adanya CEOs of large companies, and then we have KSU, Kementerian punya KSU, Menteri pun going to be interviewed by Datuk Zuraina dan sebagainya. But Cik Riza is going to interview usahawan. So dalam sesi usahawan ni, Cik Riza Rashid, he will collect your stories from your life for us to understand and for us to influence the audience. So talk show ni you ambil dia punya clipping daripada Bernama ni, you boleh guna untuk you buat ads dekat social media. It will create trust. Sebab TV is a trust machine. Social media is your ATM machine. Jadi apa yang saya nak cadang adalah, basically, I want to suggest that KKB Group ni kita ada, boleh buka kita punya showreel lah. Showreel lah tunjuk kan? Oh ya, kita ada content video. Yes, please show this content video. So basically this is some videos that we have done before. So, okay saya santai boleh tuan eh. Ya, kalau boleh jangan serius eh. Kalau pupuk untuk kawan sebelah tu bagi dia jangan marah. Just kurang. Jangan jatuh. Ada video? Okay, silakan. Ini Citos, tapi ini bukan Miss Shimei. So we did micro drama Cina.
Tentu saya tak mengadakan prinsip saya dengan berhutang pada orang sekalian. Dan saya gagal, tentu saya gagal berhutang.
Dalam 40 hari we achieve 15 juta views.
Hari ini Batarang saya pakai brand mereka mau belanja orang-orang menggatal.
Menggatal. Animation pun kita buat.
Is this good? Idea bukan idea. Idea yang dikirim daripada AI. So, bila sampai untuk pemeriksaan, betul tak pun.
So dokumentari pun kita buat. Kita tengah buat dokumentari boycott untuk Netflix upcoming ni. Next. Ini TV show, talk show kita. This is our own TV show. Ini situation comedy, sitcom. Tapi kita buat musical comedy sitcom. Cik Azhar yang serius ni sebenarnya kakak orang dia, is an underground comedian. Ya. MC kita pada hari ni. And then we do corporate videos. Actually kalau you tengok video Crown Plaza hari ni yang cantik, yang sangat best tu, yes, beri tepukan gemuruh mereka KKB Group. Let's go Gurau Datuk Sri, boleh Datuk Sri. Ini AI video kita action comedy. Ini music video.
punya semua sangat dengan motor ni. Dengan bising je. Bahaya lagi.
So I'd like to invite Mr. Vignesh. Roy Vignesh. Wait. So this is the Director of Operations for Crown Plaza Hotel. Kalau you all want the great service from Crown Plaza, this is the man. Alright, Mr. Vignesh. We sharing this screen. Boleh. Alright. So basically, Mr. Vignesh, for Mr. Vignesh, we just created the corporate video tadi. If you don't mind, can you share some feedback about KNKV's your process of experience with KNKV and what's your feedback? Yeah, honest, it's okay. Kalau butuh boleh hadap.
Okay, I'm Vignesh, the Operation Director for Crown Plaza Hotel. Right, our experience dengan KNKV memang smooth lah. It was very nice, it was well organized. I think we did it within 3 days, I believe. But even some shoot we need to do night, and then they really cooperate well. It's very smooth. We don't feel any hiccup or any do we need to do planning again or something went wrong? No. Whatever the plan executed accordingly, it's run smooth. It's very good.
Wow.
So I think we will coordinate with them more. So hope we can collaborate more with them.
Thank you so much. So Mr. Vignesh, if let's say you want to have, kalau nak mandi dengan pemandangan Kuala Lumpur yang paling menarik, Crown Plaza.
Please come to Crown Plaza.
Please.
Yeah.
Crown Plaza is the best. Mr. Vignesh is like, leave me alone.
Not only for stay, kalau nak buat apa celebration, events, please come to us. We are here for you.
Yeah, and amazingly, if you can see behind them, Mr. Mauro is the General Manager of Crown Plaza Hotel. He has supported their service is amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Vignesh.
Thank you.
So basically, corporate video you tengok tadi tu, biasanya people take 2 months. We did it for Mr. Vignesh, according to him, is around 3 days. Why I say according to him, because I dah lama dah tak masuk operations. But it's 3 days, is it right, Puan Sakinah? Yeah, so dalam masa 3 hari, we did a corporate video. Siapa yang dah tengok corporate video Crown Plaza tadi? Semua dah tengok Nampak macam 3 hari punya kerja ke? No. So what I'm trying to say here is, sekian saya riak. Joking. So basically what I want to give you an offer here today is, basically I tak boleh bagi you a general strategy, tak boleh. If you are okay, I studied in Harvard Business School in Sustainable Advertising Strategies. So if you are okay, saya nak minta, if let's say you're okay, I want to have a strategic meeting with you. Having a meeting with me to understand your expectation, there's no cost. We can meet up, there's no cost. But if let's say you want to have something more effective, I want to recommend that you buy our consultation session. So our consultation session ni, what we will do adalah, kita orang akan come out dengan proposal yang akan ada element of intellectual properties which you can own. So strategi tu, kat Malaysia you je ada. Macam contoh beras jasmine, kita create untuk dia rancangan memasak musical pertama dalam sejarah industri kreatif negara. We created for beras jasmine. So we need to do something different for your brand. So untuk buat benda consultation macam tu, I would recommend you have an executive consultation session with me. Sebab bukan saja sebab saya handsome, joking. Bukan saja sebab kami bagus, tetapi itulah susah nak cakap handsome bila Mr. BJ ada dekat depan kan. So what I'm going to say here is, Mr. Rabin juga ambil hubungan stop marah. So what I'm going to say here is, executive consultation session with me. Yang ni kenapa bayar? Sebab I akan terus buat paperwork for you. IP growth and visibility strategy. Alright? And then not only that, campaign narrative development. Kita kena create the narrative, your brand story, apa semua. So this is not a 3-paper punya kerja. Yang ni what we will do, kita orang akan call 50 customer you untuk kita buat qualitative analysis. Untuk kita fahamkan what was the idea that make them buy your product. What make them decide about you. So I can buat qualitative analysis. So this course is termasuk research, competitors analysis, qualitative analysis, come out dengan narrative dan sebagainya. I'm not against anything, tapi kalau you pergi bersifu-sifu ni, you only learn but you won't have any action. But if let's say you go for a consultant, legal consultation ke, for advertising consultation ke, you earn action, not just information. So what I'm trying to say here is audience penetration strategy ni semua A to Z we will do it for you for 1 year, untuk 1 tahun. Harganya 4,800 dan saya akan bagi satu talk show percuma di 2 sisi bernama, sebab this talk show, my client Kinohimitsu and so many other brands, they pay not less than 10,000 ringgit for this talk show. Because the anchor, the speaker is Cik Rizal Rashid. As you know, he's an international host TV. Kalau host level macam ni untuk TV show, harga dia tak biasanya murah. So trust value, trust engine macam ni, content macam ni you perlukan, we will give it for you for free. We guarantee minimum 50,000 plus audience reach dekat social media. And not only that, harga asal daripada 15,000 kita bagi hanya 4,800 today. Kalau katakan you can confirm, you can negotiate with my team and you can confirm today sebelum pukul 12 malam, we will give you the slot. Sebab kita hanya ada 7 slot bernama TV. And not only that, kita akan basically buat shooting untuk rekod bernama 2 sisi niaga next bila? 17 kan? 17 hari bulan. So that's why kita minta sebelum pukul 12 sebab nak manage production operation. So this is one strategy consultation planning package yang kita offer. Tapi yang ni untuk kita buat terus. Kalau katakan you tak nak kita buat terus, you want to meet me first untuk saya strategize, untuk saya fahamkan apa-apa kita plan and propose, boleh. Yang ni is for a 1 year plan. Okey ke, jelas ke? Kalau jelas, saya ucapkan terima kasih dan kalau boleh berikan tepukan gemuruh kepada saya. Dan saya mengucapkan agar semua
Lagi draw session, saya nak menjemput kat teman-teman Mr. Mauro Leon dan juga Mr. Vignes. Mana tadi Mr. Vignes, the CEO, Chief of Operation, ya, Mr. Vignes, to be on stage. Baik. Sekarang ini kita dibawakan ke atas kertas. Okay. Baik, Big Spurs. Ya, saya nampak ada kad saya dalam tu. Harap-harap saya dapat lah. You have to close your eyes, Prof. Okay, Prof, kita ada 6 kad yang perlu dicabut. 6 kad. Prof berikan kepada saya. Satu tak boleh tengok. Satu. Pas dulu. Saya sebut dulu ya. Alright. This one is a complimentary voucher. Kita ada 6. Ini complimentary 2 days 1 night stay with breakfast. Right. Dan penerima individu yang bakal bermalam di Crown Plaza, Azhar, dan jangan haraplah dapat Chef Haris.
Pergi buat video ke mana?
Abang saya ada siapa yang berada di sini? Alright. Yang kedua, boleh Vignes. Don't look, please. Siapa punya ni? Ada. Atika Abdul Hamid. Mereka ada women empowerment program, banyak-banyak. Also complimentary ni 3-course set dinner for 2 person dekat restoran di Crown Plaza. Rooftop, ya. Tadi abang lepas ni boleh terus makan ya, tak payah balik, makan dulu. So, makan. Tanya, Puan Tika, Tanya. Nampak meriahnya pakaian ni. Okey, baik. Kita ke individu seterusnya. Azhar. Ya. Wow, Syafiq Rashid memenangi dinner buffet at Merchants. Dinner. Tak payah balik juga, dia terus dinner. Mana Syafiq Rashid? Dah balik ke? Dah balik. Syafiq Rashid 1. Syafiq Rashid 2. Semua berharap dia balik tu. Syafiq Rashid 3. Okey, kita cabut lagi sekali. Di draw. Arman Abdul Hamid, Managing Director ICT Solutions Berhad. Ya tuan, sini tuan. Ya tuan. Dinner buffet tuan, tak payah balik, kita stay untuk makan dulu malam ni tuan. Ada tuan, baik, seterusnya menang tu. Sama juga dinner buffet at Merchants level 30 for 2%. Tadi tuan dah menang. Siapa yang rasa nak makan free boleh baik-baik dengan tuan ni. Cuba dia dapat 2 kupon. Seterusnya Aina Munirah Rosmi. Jadi dapat di cocktail hari dapat dinner buffet. Wow, meriah ni. Tahniah Pak Aina Munirah. Beliau merupakan Managing Director The MM Group. Tahniah Munirah, tahniah. Baik, seterusnya hadiahnya ialah 3-course set dinner juga untuk 2 orang dekat Lemidi. Penerimanya ialah Mr. Fitness. Kau sikit Mr. Fitness, ada letak party kat bawah ni. Nama saya tak keluar. Ini dah tadi ada 2. Chef Haris ada 2. Tak boleh. Datuk Sri Dr. Zulaida tak boleh. Dia tukar. Baik, Encik Muhammad Haris, Bank Baharudin, Pusat Khidmat Masyarakat. Oh, wait. Berdua Syahri. Ya, Syekh Haris. Berdua. Siapa yang nak tanya nombor dia jumpa Syekh Haris? Alright. Okay. Sheldon Sim dari CIMB Well Advisor. Yeah. Congratulations, Mr. Sheldon Sim. Seterusnya, last. Okay, last one. Ini ialah 2 days and 1 night stay at Crown Plaza Hotel. Ini memang tuan-tuan dan puan, bilik dia memang sangat best sebab masa kita orang shoot, kita masuk macam masuk dekat Narnia. Dia ada bathtub yang sangat besar. Last. Tak ni sama. Terlalu bertuah. Mas Hayu Zulfakar. Ya, itu dia. Ada. MDRT from AIA. Tahniah Mas Hayu Zulfakar. Elite Lunch Planner. Jadi semua kawan-kawan boleh berbaik ya. Supaya boleh bermalas sekali. Duduk ramai-ramai. Baik, itu saya tanya puan. Baiklah tuan-tuan, terima kasih. Thank you so much Mr. Morul, Leon, Prof. Hadas dan Mr. Vignesh. Ada sudah menyampaikan hadiah dan kita bertuah.
These corporate events is where we gather high, medium and large size CEOs. So last year, this Gideon Award, we housed close to 1 trillion companies. Semua gabung. We had ZTE Corporation, the founder's son. We had Muslim Pro, which has 2 billion subscribers throughout the world. So this is Gideon Award, please. So kalau macam B2B, it's about this is the game lah usually. It's a different game. It's a game of partnership, business partnership. So videos, if you look at KNKB Group, kita tak fokus kat social media because our market is not consumer. Our market is business owners. So we do events like this. We do awards like this dan sebagainya. So this kind of business to business model is partnership. So silakan video ni. Oh belum Alright, so basically besides the award, it's business partnership and then it's about how you earn access to B2B companies and it's of course to telemarketing, sales presentation dan sebagainya lah.
Ingredients would it be different than other products yang
Dia kena ada beberapa jenis event berbeza. Dia akan ada jenis event dia dan you need to partner with untuk you tengok dekat mana. Market B2B you tak boleh pergi tangkap seorang lagi seorang. You need to create a beautiful garden and make the butterfly fly on its own. And that beautiful garden is an event. It's something that you need to go on ground. And besides that, for B2B, your advertising channel is Google, LinkedIn, YouTube. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok is not your platform. It's not your platform. So you're not going to learn anything from that. Alright, please. Yeah, just make it a quick one. Forward. So this event, Alhamdulillah, we had dog firm, we had huge brands, and I'd like to thank personally Mr. Shimei, the CEO of Seatos, for supporting us last year by being our official partner. And we have so many other brands that joined us in this event. That's all, thank you. So next question. So anyone who wants to look for partnership for this event, if you are in the business to business model, I've got so many events that I own. I have so many business TV shows that I have. You can meet me to see how we can partner in a cost sharing basis.